what it is, what it do, and how the hell are all of you with yours truly, Petrov, fucker back with another mother lover. You already know the deal. Can I kindly ask y'all to go grab your favorite drink, your favorite smoke, and lock in with your boy? Because we gonna go local with it, man. Not local. Local. You know what I'm saying? See, Minneapolis is where all this shit started. So it really stirred up a hornet's nest in this liberal city of mine. Huh. And I got a lot of articles that I'm going to touch on, a lot of them. It's like where to begin, really. We gonna start. Where we gonna start? I'm gonna actually start here. See, I already talked about Antone Melton-Meaux. See, I thought his last name was Mo. It's Meaux. Just quick recap. He outraised Ilhan Omar by millions. And now, ABC 5, Channel 5 is what we call here, they report Minnesota DFL to file FEC complaint against Melton-Meaux campaign. The Minnesota Democratic Farmers Labor Party, DFL, announced on Tuesday that they will file a Federal Elections Commission complaint against Antone Melton-Meaux campaign. According to the release from the DFL, they allege that the Melton-Meaux campaign and associates firms are intentionally obscuring individuals providing services to the campaign, which is in contravention to the FEC Act of 1971. It's very unusual for the state party to intervene in a primary this way. So what that indicates is it's surprising to many that we have a very competitive contest, said Carleton College political analyst Stephen Shire. Melton-Meaux is challenging incumbent Congresswoman Ilhan Omar in a Democratic primary election for Minnesota's 5th congressional district. The campaign of Ilhan's primary opponent has gone against the values of the DFL party by apparently working with vendors to set up mysterious shell companies to hide millions of dollars in spending. The DFL party chairman Ken Martins, in a statement, not only did those shell companies appear to have failed to file taxes, but the company illegally failed to disclose where the money is going, and it appears they are legally paying campaign vendors off the books and admitting to it. The complaint shows over $1.6 million was paid to the mysterious shell companies for what was reported to advertising and consulting services. The party didn't do anything to benefit me. The party did what they think is right, Rep. Ilhan Omar said. In response to the allegation, Melton-Meaux said, "This is a frivolous and baseless claim, and it is in continuation of more divisiveness and distraction from my opponent, Rep. Ilhan Omar, who is clearly desperate." I'm not going to keep reading because that's true. Ilhan knows she's going to lose this race, in my opinion. There is no way that I think she's going to win this just based on how her year and a half has gone. She believes in an interview she did with I think Theo Keith is his name for Fox 9. She did a little interview with him, first one, and she didn't answer certain personal questions, but she said she believes she accomplished a lot in her year and a half. I have seen more bad surround her name, and I've seen more of the Democratic squad coming to her protection when it really starts to hit the fan for her. So I don't know what she's planning on to get with this, but I know this is she is trying to, I guess, throw more dirt at at Meaux is really what I see. Try to throw more dirt at him and see if he can get away from it. I think he will. And know this, on August 11th, I will be voting. And it will not be for Omar. Believe that. And that's not even the worst of it. That's really not even the worst of it when it comes to Ilhan. Like I said, she's had a lot of anti-Semitic remarks. Antone-Meaux has blatantly said that she is more of a celebrity than a congressperson, and that has been said about AOC, Tlaib, and basically the whole. I can't remember all of them, but the entire squad. When it comes down to like the races now, the race for their spots. When the people talk about that, most of the contenders are saying they're more of a celebrity than a congressperson. They're more excited with being retweeted and blah, 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 all that good shit, than actually doing the job. I mean, look at AOC. She done shit Amazon right away from New York. And now you got Cuomo talking about the top 1% pay 50% of the taxes. He's begging them to come back. I mean, literally, the progressive move has not done well, and we're going to continue to get into this. But this is from the Washington Free Beacon. Pelosi funnels $14,000 to Ilhan Omar campaign amidst expensive primary fight. This was on July 31st, but this was when the article came out. Colin Anderson wrote this on July 31st. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi funneled $14,000 to Ilhan Omar's campaign in late July as Minnesotan Democrats struggled to fend off well-funded primary challenge. The FEC's records released Thursday show that Pelosi transferred $10,000 from her PAC and an additional $4,000 from her campaign committee to Omar on July 22nd, 1 week after Pelosi endorsed Omar in her re-election bid. The Minnesota Democrat is facing an expensive primary battle against attorney Antone Melton-Meaux, who outraised Omar significantly in the second quarter of 2020. Melton-Meaux raked in $3.3 million between April and June to Omar's $470,000. Included the challenger's donors list is Democratic Colorado Governor Jared Polis, who gave $1,000 to Melton-Meaux' campaign on July 27th. The impressive fundraising haul allowed Melton-Meaux to spend more than $1.7 million over the first 3 weeks of July. Omar, meanwhile, spent just $784,000. More than $600,000, 77% of those distributions went to D.C.-based consulting firm run by Omar's new husband. Now, that has been a point of contention for Omar the whole time, and I think it's always going to be because she has gotten in trouble for campaign violations before. So it doesn't surprise me that she's going to try to bring in the FEC on Meaux. It just doesn't. And the fact that Nancy Pelosi, I think she really thinks she needs the squad. I think Pelosi knows. I think if she's up for re-election, I believe it's done for her too. I believe the whole world at this point, not the whole world China, I mean our whole world in the United States. When I say the whole world, that's what I mean, is the United States. All of our people have seen over the last, and that's everybody that's a citizen, has seen what Pelosi, Schiff, AOC, Ilhan, all of them have done poorly. Now, they're going to have their base of fans, but I think when it comes to moderates, centrists, and stuff like that, they're not buying it no more. And to go back on the article, following a spree, Melton-Meaux holds $695,000 on hand. Down from the $2 million he held at the end of the second quarter, Omar holds $732,000 on hand. Meaux outspent her, though, so I would assume he's going to have less money. Omar did not respond to a request for comment. Will square off against Melton-Meaux and 3 additional Democratic challengers during the state's August 11th primary election. The late push from Pelosi suggests genuine concern for Omar, who has butted heads with the California Democrat in the past. Pelosi criticized Omar for using deeply offensive and anti-Semitic tropes in February 2019 and condemned the boycott, divestment, and sanctions BDS movement against Israel, which Omar supports. A month later, Omar quickly hit back, saying a condemnation for the people that want to exercise their First Amendment rights is beneath any leader. Melton-Meaux has campaigned against Omar's support for BDS. While Omar and Meaux have earned a number of prominent local endorsements, Melton-Meaux has outraised Omar within Minnesota's 5th congressional district. Democratic challenger raised $273,000 from the district's constituents in the second quarter, while Omar just raised $8,000. So the people in the 5th ward literally donated $273,000 to Melton-Meaux and $8,000 to Omar. Now, if I can remember correctly, Fox 9 said it was basically like 82% of Melton-Meaux was donations from outside Minnesota, and I think it was like 91 was from Omar, outside of Minnesota. Now, Tim Pool has talked about outside, contributions. I don't think I don't really care if you got someone in California that wants to deal with your local elections. That's weird, but what are you going to do? If they want to donate, let them donate. In my opinion. Now, you can argue that all day and night, but we're not arguing here now. But, the fact that he outraised her in the ward speaks volumes to me. There has been a couple videos where people go into over in the Cedar Riverside, and that's the 5th ward area, that's the main area, and they do I guess they're doing journalism, going up to people and asking them what's going on, how they feel about so and so what, and when it comes down to them asking them about Omar, people that live down there do not side with her on certain things that she's done, such as the brother rumor. And I only say rumor because I don't really believe there's any hardcore evidence. There's a lot of evidence, but there's no hardcore, this is proof. Now, I believe that she did marry her brother, but I'm not going to go off on that. The fact that she cheated with her new husband, on her husband, it's just weird. Like, all that together, I think that really goes against a lot of people's grain. Like, they're just not for that, especially when it's a congresswoman or a congressman. That's how I look at that. So I really think she's going to lose this one. That's my honest belief. And it's definitely getting wild here in Minnesota. Because we got Governor Walz and we got Mayor Frey, both giving differing accounts on why the National Guard response to the unrest was delayed. Now, my personal opinion is they're both guilty for all of it. Mayor and governor both. And they're just trying to pass the buck off because they don't want to accept blame. Gotta smoke on this gelato. And this was by CBS Minnesota, Channel 4, WCCO. I grew up listening to that stupid-ass thing, man. Just their, intro made me laugh, man. But onwards and upwards. Minneapolis WCCO, with large sections of Minneapolis and St. Paul still in ruins. The charred question lingers. What took so long in the dark days to get the National Guard on the street? Mayor Jacob Frey has consistently said what he told WCCO on June 2nd. I will speak the truth, and the truth is, on Wednesday around 6 p.m., I called the governor and asked for the National Guard. Text messages and emails from the mayor's office back that up. But the governor said the official ask from the city came the next day in a letter. The governor agrees that the mayor did call him on Wednesday night, but here is where the mayor and the governor's account differ. Walz did not consider that the Wednesday phone call a hard ask, but more of a general ask about potential guard help. I don't think the mayor knew what he was asking for, Walz said. I think the mayor said, I request the National Guard. This is great. We're going to have massively trained troops. No, you're going to have 19-year-olds who are cooks. General John Jensen and the adjutant, General of National Guard testified in Republican Senate hearings that only 700 out of 13,000 Minnesota guardsmen and women had trained for riots. As bad as Thursday night was, I was quite comfortable with going to the governor and saying, hey, let's just bring on less trained soldiers, Jensen said. On the night of Friday, May 29th, the Guard went with the 700 troops, and the rioting and violence was once again out of control. On Saturday, May 30th, the governor did what he had never done before, the activation of the entire Minnesota National Guard that put 4,500 troops on the streets on Saturday and more than 7,000 on the streets on Sunday. When the violence finally eased, WCCO reached out to Mayor Frey's office Tuesday, and they sent emails and texts backing up the timing of the Wednesday call. The governor said repeatedly Tuesday under questioning that he and the mayor are friends, and the Mayor Frey was doing the best he could to support his community. No, he wasn't. Neither of you did. You gave up the 3rd Precinct. You gave all of Lake Street to the protesters, the rioters and looters, and you let the police be fucking Molotov cocktails. What are you talking about? And now neither of you are willing to accept the fact that you, let alone you two elected officials, helped ruin Minneapolis single-handedly. The blood is on your guys' hands. You tied the police's hands. You did everything you could to allow the riots to happen. That's exactly what I think. Governor Walz and Mayor Frey, they're both worried about re-election because they already know they probably ain't going to get re-elected. I think Mayor Frey knows full well he's not going to get re-elected after you did that walk of shame. Governor Walz is being sued by a good portion of the state because of the masks. Mind you, COVID cases haven't really been spiking in Minnesota, but Governor Walz will make it sound like it is. Look at the research. We ain't talking about that, though. We're going to digress. Back to the fact that Governor Walz and Mayor Frey made the decision to give up the city to rioters and to protesters and to looters. You made it so police had to stand there and watch guard while you guys, should we call in the guard? Shouldn't we call in the guard? Should we call in the guard? Shouldn't we call in the guard? You played the game enough that hella stores are now ruined. Blocks are charred and broken down to nothing. And you act as if you care about the city. Neither of you care about the fucking city. You just wanted the job title and to line your